Right, time to Krypton Factor this bullshit. For those of you not living in the UK, the Krypton Factor was a intellectual puzzle game involving obstacle courses and mental acumen, popular in the early to mid-90s. For those of you under the age of 25, the Krypton Factor you get the general idea. I was about to say think of the Crystal Maze but more elitist, but that require a whole other set of explanations. I miss the Crystal Maze. It was a fun show. See, I didn't even mind when Edward Tudor took over. I still thought it was I thought the fun of the show was in the show itself. Though admittedly, the main presenter was probably the better of the two, but still. It's definitely fun. And you could always tell when, it was, at least, it wasn't entirely scripted. You could always tell when one of the presenters was having a particularly boring time, to just ramble off on a completely made-up bullshit story about something or other. Also recently found out just how fake the damn thing was as well. All those teams you see put together, none of them, well, very few of them even knew each other prior to the start of the show. Apparently they'd all just be gathered from random applicants and be given a little story to tell about how they all worked in the same office building or some such, when usually they'd never even clapped eyes on each other before the start of filming. What's down here, I wonder? Coals and death. Excellent. Well, at least it's warm, That's the wrong way. Don't want to get toasted in the face. Being toasted in the face is usually not a good idea, in my experience. Having a lot of experience with ancient temples as I do. Well, I say lot of experience, some experience. I say some. I've seen some. In video games. But I do own a fedora, so that counts. Okay. Right. Need to push buttons. Nope, that's wrong. Need to push buttons and things to progress. So where be the first button? Aha!
Awake.
You're mine, button. As you would be if these bitches would leave me alone. God damn it, it's like having your very own groupies. Really aggressive boomerang hurling groupies, Right. Ow, fuck, she got me with her last blast. What are the odds? I just realised as well, the purple ones, their blasts actually bounce as well. I've honestly only just noticed that. Unless, of course, I've mentioned it in another set, in which case I knew all along. Obviously. Okay. We have progress of a sort, but there's no button over there, so that's obviously the place I want to go to first. Of course, I have a terrible feeling the game's going to kick me in the ass for doing this, and it's going to turn out I should have gone over to that side of the room first for some reason or other. In which case I can only apologise. Okay. We got this, Mike. Mike. We got this. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. All the trouble Mike gets in whenever tailspin. Well, not really tailspin, but there's a propeller of sorts in the midst of the room. That's got to count, right? If I need a reason to sing the opening to Tailspin. Jump! And miss it entirely. Well done, Mike. I'm impressed. Truly, I am. Don't let the flatness and monotone of my voice dissuade you from thinking that I'm not truly and utterly thrilled by your failure to make that jump. I know that's not actually part of the song, but still. Yeah. Just before I go and collect the Govy and such, I want to see what's on the other side of the room here first. Well, probably nothing particularly impressive, but, I want to know. If, there might be Govy. I want to know. What is over there? I want to know. God pissing damn it. I've actually managed to hold my temper quite well until now. In fact, I don't know why that angered me as much as it did. Because it's a series of little annoyances piling on top of one another, culminating with Probably culminating, but all springing from the fact that I'm exactly 2 levels away from completing my level 1 run of Demon Souls. Yes, for anyone who's watched the stream, I carried on playing after I turned the stream off. I was getting annoyed with how frequently the stream was crashing, and I still wanted to play the game, so I did. Yeah. The only 2 bosses I've got left to defeat are the Man-Eaters and the Old Monk. Neither of which, as long as you've got Poison Cloud, is a particularly difficult fight. Now I wonder. I know for a fact I can poison the Man-Eaters, and as long as I've got the Thief Ring equipped, I can just hide from them and watch them die. But I wonder indeed, can I poison the summon for the Old Monk? Can I poison him through the Fog Gate? I was wondering, does Poison Cloud work in Demon Souls the same way as in Dark Souls? I'm thinking specifically of that section of Dark Souls where you can poison the Chaos Bug that's carrying the Sunlight Maggot. You can poison it through, what's the bloody word? Through the door in that, the shortcut to the Demon Ruins. You can cast Poison Cloud and it'll go through the door, poison the bug and kill it. Can you do stuff like that? Actually, no, it wouldn't work, would it? The Man-Eater's sort of in the middle of the boss room, isn't he? He's far too far away for that to work. Have to stick with the hiding tactic. Which if you equip the Thief Ring, as long as you're in soul form, so you got, maximum stealth abilities. There's a spot to the side of the stairs, isn't there, where you can hide. And the Man-Eater will lose track if you turn around, go back to his spawn point. And it's the same as any other boss fight where you use Poison Cloud. Sneak up behind him and keep casting. Although in his... no. Wait. There's the other Man-Eater as well, isn't there? Gotta worry about him as well. So after a certain amount of time has passed, or the first guy's health drops below 20%, the other one will appear, of course, yes. Forgot about that. And of course, there's the added problem as well. If the second Man-Eater loses track of you for too long, he will fly back to his spawn point, which is outside of the boss arena. Which means you can't actually finish the fight. Which is about as much of a ball ache as it sounds. So you gotta try and keep the first guy poisoned, and make sure the second one doesn't lose track of you entirely, and go back to his spawn point. Damn. Damn. And even after you have got rid of the first one, you've then got to try and poison the second, which is more difficult, because of the places he lands. Not impossible by any means, but difficult most definitely. All these things I'm considering, because I enjoy Shadow Man. I'm still enjoying it now, even though the temples are probably, in some ways, they're the most interesting and also the most boring parts of Shadow Man, in my opinion. There just tends to be a lot of running back and forth collecting Govi. Even the puzzles themselves aren't particularly challenging. Once you've got the gads that allow you to survive touching fire and such, they're even less of a challenge, because even if you fail them, you don't insta-die anymore. You just have to walk back up a ramp and try again, kind of thing. Right, what we get? What should we get? Oh good, more sisters, excellent. That's exactly what I wanted, more enemies in this area.
The sister's awake.
Speaking of which, oh that's just cheap, you can't awake the one right behind me. It's like a guaranteed free shot for the bitch. What would have happened if I'd come here with really low health? I would not be happy to push the button and get insta-killed. Especially not if I hadn't saved for a while. Because that would mean I'd have to go all the way back to the beginning of the temple and find my way back here. I would definitely not be impressed, you know? Fuck, more enemies. Why am I only finding more and more enemies? Except nobody's waking up? Nobody? No, I'm fine with that, don't get me wrong. I don't mind the lack of loose-skinned bins trying to kill me. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Quite prefer it that way, in fact. But still, you know? You have to wonder. Actually, I'm not going to bother. I've mentioned this a lot during previous sets. But I do wonder how the hell they built these places. I mean, with magic would be the obvious and slightly glib answer, but still. How? It's impressive, gotta admit that. Well, when you think about it, sort of, in some ways it takes the, a little bit of the awe away from the asylum, when you realise that you didn't really need Jack the Ripper to design it for you. I mean, look at the temples. These massive, sprawling, impossible Mike shot his load. You're a wee bit excited there, Michael. I know it's exciting to find the Dark Swords and all, but still. Don't shoot your bolt early. Oh my god. Anyway, yes, takes away a little bit of the thing. It's clear that Jack the Ripper wasn't particularly necessary to the whole procedure, because you can build these towering monumental edifices with, you know, just a little bit of magic, apparently. And presumably Legion's got plenty of that as a shape-shifting semi-deity. I suppose the only thing that Jack was really necessary at the end of the day was a messenger boy to convey what Legion wanted him to do, because Legion was banned from Deadside, wasn't he, come to think of it? It could have been any random dickhead, really. The only advantage of using Jack the Ripper was the fact that his primary profession was as an architect. Thus meaning, of course, that he'd be able to build the thing quite well. It also explains why, compared to, you know, this place, which is built by denizens of Deadside, the sisters here, also explains why the asylum looks more like a weird Victorian building, complete with, you know, oil lamps, almost, rather than, do you mind, I'm trying to explain, rather than an actual sort of weird native temple kind of a deal. That's one down. Where's she on? Where you at, bitch? Oh, I see you trying to strafe me, are we? That's just uncalled for, really. If you want to trade blows, I'm going to win. Your boomerangs do like half a heart of damage. My shadow gun, on the other hand, does like 3 or 4 points. And yes, I know I just, you know, quite drastically confused several different health terminologies from different game series at that. But still, you get the general idea.
Oh, yeah.
Secret act. Okay. How the hell did that count as a secret? I didn't go into anywhere special. Nothing about this room is difficult to enter or secret. No, whatever. Again, you guys remind me in the comments that I need to actually showcase the secrets for this game. At least some of them, anyhow. I very much doubt I'm going to bother going around collecting all of them, because some of them are in absolutely stupid areas. Places that you've got absolutely no reason to ever go to, kind of thing. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with all of them, but just remind me that 1 or 2 at least I should probably go and check out, you know? Okay, get a bit of light going on here so I can see where I'm going. Yeah, there's you. How nice. You sneaky little bitch. Should I even bother killing you, really? I mean, yeah, that's sort of one general principle, of course, but in terms of it being really worth it, is it worth it? Probably not, if I'm perfectly honest with myself. You know, the door's right there. There doesn't seem to be any other doorways. There really isn't, actually, is there? There's just different ways of dropping into parts of the maze, which I don't want to or need to. Nah, whatever. Right, check behind me. Nobody hiding this time. Excellent, excellent. Ooh, Govy. That'll be mine. That's sad. Kill these bitches first. Anything? Anything at all? There we go. Sometimes they try and trick you by not activating right away. Well, I say trick you, probably just a case the game is having trouble keeping what it's supposed to be doing.
Got it. Got it.
It's always the danger with porting things, I find. Things tend to get confused rather easily. No, whatever. Get me a Dark Soul. So the power of the Dark Souls is mine.
I
Awesome. Right. Oh. Bugger, I can't. Oh, shit. I can't get back up there now, can I? Ah, god damn it. Am I gonna have to go all the way around? Please tell me I haven't got to go all the way around. Oh, you didn't tell me, because, you're not here, but I have a sneaking suspicion that is the answer. And it's not an answer I wanted to hear, even from myself. Bad, Lizzo. Bad. Don't do that no more. Please tell me I can make the jump. Leap of faith, Mike! God, fucking God. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, you noticed the big tower in the background when we were looking at that dome? Yeah, that's the tower where you get... Yeah. The big tower where you get the GAD for this temple from. So we need to go through the dome to get to that tower. I'm reasonably certain. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh well, bollocks to it. I guess I'll carry on through the temple and get some more Govi. Then walk back round for it. So there's more sisters. Of course there's more sisters. Why would I ever manage to get more than a few steps back and forth without ever finding more sisters? Take it to the face. Apparently the one's a pole dancer. At least she's caught on the edge of something anyhow. Take it to the face. To the face. Why would you break the lock on when I can finally see... Stop, Michael. Michael, please. There we go. There's a lad. Ow. Well, you want to trade blows? I can do this all day. More so than you can, anyhow. Speaking of which, would you just die already? More pole dancers, excellent. You're trying to say something here, Acclaim, when your female characters all seem to have obsession with grinding against poles? Not to mention, Nettie. My god. Pretty much the definition of a cougar. Weird, terrifying, voodoo, supernatural cougar. Can I just grab the side, really, and pull myself up? I've gotta do some... Fine, whatever. I remember this actually being quite tricky. Probably because, again, played this as a kid. And also, the weird collision detection that's actually part of the N64 version. Ooh, teleports. Is there anything interesting to teleport to, though? Any more doorways in this room just before I go teleporting out of here? Nope. Fine. Guess I'll get my Kirk on. One to beam up. Wait, actually my sword, obviously. What a weird thing to find myself saying. Time to teleport, better get out my sword. Then again, it's not that different from Ocarina of Time in that respect. Okie dokie. Yeah, for anyone who may be noticing, yes, I am getting tired now. As my commentary starting to become increasingly rambling and, well, shite if I'm perfectly honest with myself. I will at least complete the temple and get the gap though. Once I've done that much, I'll call it a day. That's what I say anyway. This game is surprisingly addictive, especially when you really get on a roll and you keep finding stuff. It can be really annoying when you sort of hit a wall and you can't figure out which way to go, that sort of business. Or if you haven't got enough souls to progress any further. That can really get on your nerves. But for the most part, it's really bloody addictive. Get myself a drink while I'm waiting though. Okay. Hey, thankfully all the movement controls are done with the arrow key, so it frees up a hand to have a drink, that sort of thing. Oh god. Again, the drum things only seem to be hiding goodies, really. Although, speaking of hiding, where's the switch? There's gotta be a switch in here somewhere. There's always a switch. It's that kind of game. Ah! There we go. There's the switch. No idea what it does yet, but... What do you reckon? Is that a good or a bad thing that even though I don't know why I'm looking for a button, I am looking for one? I'm just sort of looking for game mechanics for the sake of looking for them. There's no real direction to do so. Is that a good or a bad thing? I mean, I suppose you could argue it's a good thing, because the game developer doesn't have to waste time setting up situation to tell me to look for XYZ. I just look for buttons and I push them, because that's what you do in video games. Well, in most video games anyway. There are certain video games, I'm thinking specifically stuff like the Resident Evil series, where you bloody well don't go pushing buttons until until you're damn well certain you know what they do. Because they tend to one-shot kill you, usually in a somatic of all things. Speaking of that, what do you guys reckon? Is it better or worse when they implemented that in Resi 4? I mean, they brought back a lot of the sort of one-shot kill things. They also introduced, like the quick time events, so at least some of them, if you triggered them, you could get away. They didn't have to one-shot kill you. Was that an improvement or a detriment? What do you reckon? Oh, fuck's sake. The idea that as long as you had fast enough reflexes, you could avoid not having really thought out what you were doing. Or the consequences of having not thought out what you were doing. You get what I mean? I don't know. In fact, a lot of this reminds me strangely of Zelda. There's the Hyrule temples and that sort of thing. Perhaps it's sort of the going around solving puzzles, gaining quest items, that sort of thing. It's all very Zelda. A lot of things were all very Zelda back in the day, of course. That's kind of the point. Let's try not to bugger this up, shall we? It's like being back in Sen's Fortress. Ah, the fun to be had there. I've mentioned it before and I'll mention it again, but I really do wish that I'd gotten in on Dark Souls from day one kind of thing. I mean, yes, it would have been probably quite frustrating not having, online guides and things. But then again, I stumbled my way through the game blind the first time I played it, when I LP'd it for you guys. It wasn't too bad. I mean, yes, there was always the option to go and look things up, which was a comfort. Knowing that there were answers out there, even if I couldn't, find them right away, kind of thing. But they were never particularly necessary, per se. So what I'm looking forward to and what I'm dreading about Dark Souls 2, that not knowing factor. I mean, it'd be awesome in some respects, being able to actually be the one to find things. Be able to know stuff about the game no one else knows, that sort of business. On the other hand, I can also see how the lack of available, referenceable knowledge is also going to be, I don't want to say a problem, but definitely a detriment in some respects. Now well, it's all part of the experience. Speaking of which, where's the button in this room? There must be a button. There is always a button. In games as in life, just find the right button, and all your problems will be solved. I can't get up there, can I? No side-up feature or anything I can really take advantage of in this particular version of the game? Basically doing like a cooldown period between jumps. Probably instigated so you couldn't just, spam the jump button and side-hop your way up ledges and such. Speaking of Zelda, this is reminding me of Twilight Princess. These things you grab onto and, yes. Almost exactly like Twilight Princess, in fact. Interesting. I'm going to get out of here, shall we, before they wake up. For all the 5 seconds I'm going to have before they start. Run, 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 Shadow Man. Run, 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 run as fast as you can. There with your gun and your Levi jeans. Solve the puzzle, claim the Gobi, save the world. If you can't, no, go on, you barstool. God damn it. That could have gone better, not gonna lie to you. Now I've got to kill you all. Because, no one can ever know that I failed the puzzle. So you must all die, I'm afraid, sisters. I have a reputation to maintain,
Got it.
As the smart YouTuber. Of the sort, anyhow. Surprise, surprise. Suddenly there were wraiths of death before your eyes. Ah, you missed. What a loser. You stop strafing. I told you that's my tactic. I'm the player character. I'm supposed to do it. You are the enemy. You're not supposed to be particularly smart. Oh my god. Now, can I? Yes, I can. Excellent. I can turn myself around before I do this. Saves a bit of time, you know. Keeps the puzzle active a bit longer as well. All these little tactics you have to think of when doing this sort of thing. Jump! There you go. Mike slows down when walking up a hill. Which is, you know, surprisingly realistic in a game where I'm playing an undead voodoo man. But, still. Whatever, I guess. I win! The power of the dark soul is mine. Good. No, I can't be that far off level 7, actually. Let's see, how many souls do I need for level 7? How many indeed? It's not that many, I don't think. Oh, that's how I'm starting to get... I really am starting to get tired now. We're going to activate the rope bridge here and then just, yeah, I'm going to call it today. So, yeah, thank you all for watching and all that stuff. Comment, rate, subscribe, blah, 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 and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye now.